Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we'll be talking about the full moon portal, which is open today, and we have a truly strong, powerful energy present which will stay present until the March 20th, and it is inviting us into a completely new chapter of our lives, as this is the last moon of this winter season. It is reminding us of the spring cleaning. We could call it the spiritual spring cleaning, where we start decluttering firstly our minds from all the beliefs which are not serving us anymore, all the beliefs which we recognize them as mind limitations, mind blocks, which are actually blocking our transformation, which are not allowing us to fully emerge into the beautiful beings as we are. So it's important to recognize firstly the beliefs which are not allowing us to thrive and write them down. So this full moon is bringing us the vibration of a Virgo, a Virgo's energy. And Virgo's energy is an energy of a visionary, an energy of productiveness, energy of creativity, energy of abundance, energy of joy. But at the same time, Virgos are always self-critical. They are always oriented to criticize themselves. And often people are looking into that way of thinking as something negative. But being critically oriented sometimes can help us to improve what there needs to be improved. So as we learn to look on everything from positive perspective, we can recognize that everything that life is offering to us is here to teach us something, is here as a tool to improve our lives. So my friends, it's a great reminder to remind ourselves that what's meant for us will be far greater than what we can comprehend or imagine. I've learned it for myself because I always had a vision for my future. Like for example, 4 years ago, I was writing down my future, like what I want to have. Firstly, of course, I've started with money, how much money I want to experience, because when we are in lack of money, we want to experience financial freedom so we can fully emerge into our talents and gifts and we start serving. Right? So that was my idea. However, whatever is your idea, that's your thing. But that was my idea in my past. 4 years ago, I was writing down like how much money I want to have, where I want to live, in what kind of house or home I want to live, how I want to spiritually evolve, how I want to channel my creativity, or how I want to channel that universal mind. How I want to stay grounded, how I want to approach my emotions, and how I want to evolve as a spiritual being having human experience. What kind of part on this world I want to embody. I was writing all those things down. I was writing also what kind of car I want to have, what kind of people I want to meet. And everything that came to my mind at that time, I wrote it down. And for some time, nothing was changing. Just I was becoming more aware. I was becoming more aware of my old patterns, which were not allowing me to fully change. Some fears which were saying to me, you're not talented enough to share your words. You're not good with speaking, so you can't do that. Those were my fears. But something within my heart was saying to me, there's a unique energy which is traveling or moving through your body, so express it. Learn to express it. That's what my heart was saying. And I'm talking this because when I started doing that, eventually some huge shifts happened in my life, and I've started receiving like everything I wrote down, I started receiving in a much bigger way, so much bigger than that. It was really hard at the beginning to truly just like accept it. I thought like it's too much of good things. And that was another block. That was another limited beliefs. A belief like I'm not worthy of all of that. And I've created another block, and that's where I've started experiencing some challenges in my life. But you see, every time we start experiencing challenges, those challenges are teaching us what we need to remove from our energy field so we can truly allow all the good things coming. So prepare yourself for the good things coming, because they are coming your way. And they are coming your way greater than whatever you can comprehend right now. Let it align for you. How to let things align for you. That's what this full moon is bringing us, the energy, where we learn to align our energy with the energy of all the good things. What are the good things? Well, the good things are what we believe that the good things are. So it's our perception of what the good things are. Are the good things like experiencing more joy in our lives? Are the good things having more money? Or are the good things having greater relationships? Or whatever it is, that's your thing. But in order to align our energy with those good things, whatever they are, we need to make space for them, right? And to make space for them, we need to create that spring cleansing. Recognizing beliefs which are not allowing us to change. And as I always say to you, beliefs are not changed by willpower. Beliefs are not changed by saying, I need to change that. Beliefs are changed by letting go of them and creating new ones. And new beliefs are created by, it starts with some simple affirmations like, I love changing my habits. I love eating healthy food. I love being active. I love to meditate. I'm always attracting happiness in my life. I'm always attracting abundance in my life. I'm like, my body is generating health. Cells in my body are celebrating love. And you know, those are beautiful words. But those are just words until we start repeating them. Once we start repeating them, we need to learn to feel them. By feelings, we invite them into our belief system, into our subconscious mind. By feeling the words, we invite them into our subconscious mind. This is the most important thing we need to understand. So right now, I could say, I'm truly opening myself to bring you this message. I'm feeling it right now, completely, through my whole body. So, my friends, feel the affirmations you're writing down. Because when we're doing that spring cleansing, we always make some changes, right? We put some new flowers into our home, we change some things, we move some things, we put some new paintings on the wall, and if you're choosing my paintings, you're all truly appreciated. And I feel honored and humbled for being a part of your journey. That's beautiful. So, my friends, do some spring cleansing. Take care of your beliefs, then take care of your emotions. As in yesterday's video, we've been talking about that there are no good and bad emotions. We've been programmed to think when we are feeling bad, our life is bad. When we are feeling good, our life is good. Life is always good, but our emotions are like signals which are telling to us what we need to change in our lives. If you're feeling fear, change your mindset about the thing you're afraid of. If you're feeling anger, change your mindset about what is triggering anger. Learn to forgive yourself. Learn to forgive people which are always triggering anger. And move yourself from places which are always lowering down your vibration, if that's possible. If it's not possible, you are meant to be there because you need to experience lessons which that place is offering to you. Once you will experience lessons, life will bring you new opportunities, but we need to be aware. Lesson is only learned once we change our behaviors according to the lesson that we've learned. Lesson is only learned once we change the behaviors according to the lessons that we've learned. Because often people say, yeah, I've learned the lesson, but the problems are still repeating. Well, you haven't learned the lesson yet. If you would learn the lesson, you would change your behaviors. And when we change our behaviors, we shift our vibration. And when we shift our vibration, we start attracting new things. That's the law of the universe, the law of vibration. Everything is vibrating, which means that things in our life can only be present because they are matching our vibrational frequency. So the energy that is present right now is inviting us to make space for the new life which you are about to experience. Make space for the new life which you are about to experience. And if you want to experience a new life, you need to become a new you, right? Who is a new you? Who you don't want to be anymore. It's not about who we want to become, but who we don't want to be anymore, because your natural state is being, staying in that state of abundance, being happy, being joyful. This is our natural state. So it's not about lifting ourselves up there. It's rather about letting go of what is not allowing us to be there. It's like letting go of what is pulling us off our natural state. And we need to recognize what is actually triggering fears in our lives, what is triggering anger, what is triggering sadness, what is draining our energy, what is lowering us down. And we recognize it, and we find a way to become better with observing our lives, judging less and seeing more. If we judge more, we see less, because we are caught in that loop of complaining, right? And comparing ourselves with others and so on. And it is not making any good for anything. It's no good for anything. So my friends, use this energy portal for the spring spiritual cleansing. It's time to let go of your old self. And that's why many of you may feel a sense of loss. Many of you may feel a sense of loss. Many of you may feel the lack of energy, which is the byproduct of losing a part of ourselves. Many of us right now are losing a part of our egos. Egos are putting us into that matrix where we start comparing ourselves with others, we start judging, we start complaining because our life is not the way we would love to experience it. And we start saying, we should do this, we should do that, we should whatever. Ego is always saying, I should do this, but we never do it. I should do that, but I never do it. That's the ego. Ego wants to battle with yourself, with your heart. Ego wants to battle, and it wants to win, and that is draining a lot of our energy. But when we start awakening and we start becoming more aware and we start reading the energy around us and we recognize what is happening within our bodies right now, we are not following the ego anymore, ego's desires. We are not following the ego anymore. We start opening our hearts and we start listening our heart's desires. Heart is saying gently to you, start doing this. It is not saying you should do this. It is saying gently, start doing this. That would be good for you. Write that book, because there's something like a unique energy traveling through you, and you have that gift to make it happen. Do it. Don't ignore it. Don't procrastinate on it. But what happens if we are not listening our heart? Heart will say, well, I don't want to waste my energy, and it stops speaking to you. And that's where people say, I've lost my spiritual connection. You haven't lost your spiritual connection. You are just not listening your connection. You are not listening your heart. So your heart stopped speaking to you. And it's not over for you. Like, it doesn't mean that you're not evolving anymore, you're descending or whatever. Just be more kind to yourself. Take more time for yourself. If you are living your whole life in your mind, because the system is designed that way to distract us, the way that we think we must constantly think, we must constantly plan, we must constantly analyze, and so on. It's time to tap into your heart again. So spend more time in nature, meditate more, ground yourself more, and organize your mind. So your mind can become your servant, your tool for creating. Not your boss, your servant. Become aware, my friends, that deep inside you there is a gentle calling, a divine compass which is guiding you into a certain direction, and if you will learn to listen to it. Often people are wondering how to listen to my intuition, how to find a difference of a voice from my mind and a voice from my heart. Well, your heart is speaking when you are grounded, when you are peaceful, when you are happy, when you are joyful, when you are in balance and harmony with yourself. That's where your heart is speaking. So if you're hearing certain ideas and you're truly happy, it means that your heart is guiding you. If you're experiencing like, I should do this, I should do that, I should do that, and you feel unpleasant feelings, that's where your mind is speaking to you. That's where your mind wants to control you. So gaining that greater awareness is helping us to ascend onto a greater level of being. And that's what this full moon is truly urging us right now. Creating future plans from our hearts, listening our heart's desires. It doesn't mean that if you start living from your heart that you can't live a life of abundance. It just means that life of abundance will not be your greatest priority because it's your natural state of being, and your heart already knows that. So it's not worrying about abundance and health and happiness. What our hearts are focused the most is serving to others. Let's raise others up. By raising others up, we are raising ourselves. And by raising ourselves, we are raising others up. And that's where we step into that awareness of unity. Happiness is not coming from chasing things. It's coming from transforming ourselves, and by that, transforming others. And when we see that we are all evolving, we start celebrating each other's evolution. And that's beautiful to me. My friends, this is what we are living for. Lifting each other up and celebrating each other's success, each other's transformation, each other's feelingness. So I want to finish here, because now is the time to truly ground ourselves and maybe to pause ourselves a little bit so this information can sink in. Now is the time to truly embrace what we are talking here about, to truly put things into action, right? Nothing will be changed in your life if you will not decide to change things, because change is not happening by chance but by choice, as we all know that. So now is the time to put things into motion, and let's open our hearts to embrace who we are about to become. Let all the good things come into your life. And remember that it's all a process. It doesn't mean that in 2 days you will be changed. It's a process of consistent work on letting go the concepts, the ideas, the stories of ourselves which are not supporting us anymore. It's a consistent process of letting go and embracing the new ones, the ones which are more supportive. And we all know that those stories and beliefs and concepts are constantly changing. And that's a natural thing of life. Our beliefs need to change constantly. As nature is constantly changing, everything is constantly changing, everything is vibrating, and therefore everything is changing. So it is all about constant evolution. So do not plug yourself just to one belief and think that it will save you. It's about always evolving, always growing, always expanding, always rising up, and always shining. And when we feel stuck, recognize what is blocking you and take time with it. It's a process. Sometimes it takes few days, sometimes few weeks, sometimes few months, sometimes few years. But as long as we are staying aware that something is happening and we are observing what is happening and we are one with that happening, and we recognize, okay, it's not so bad, we just need to learn something here, and then we apply the lessons and we experience the changes by applied lessons, and we recognize, oh, something is moving, I'm doing a great thing. If nothing is moving, see if you're feeling differently. And always just observe that. Just observe. So this is it, my friends. I'm sending you all lots of love, lots of blessings, and lots of power. I hope you've enjoyed today's painting. And if you would love to learn to paint with me, go and check out my other YouTube channel. The link is in the description below. Art Time is the name of it. And thanks to all of you for supporting my art in my Etsy shop. I Draw My Passion. You're all truly appreciated. Thanks for being a part of this awesome community, AttractPassion. It's always beautiful to see your beautiful, beautiful stories and help. How all of you are helping each other. That's what communities are all about, and I appreciate you all. Till next time, one love.